Welcome to Naturalista, where we celebrate beauty, culture, and craftsmanship from around the world. In today's episode, we're traveling to the enchanting island of Bali, known for its breathtaking landscapes, serene beaches, and lush greenery. Bali is much more than just a tropical paradise. It's a land rich in culture where tradition and artistry thrive in every corner. We'll explore the island's beauty, meet its warm and welcoming people, and highlight the incredible work of Bali's artisans, masters in crafting stunning textiles, jewelry, and wood carvings that are coveted around the globe. Through their hard work and dedication, these artisans preserve ancient traditions while bringing their unique creativity to the world. Join us as we dive deep into the heart of Bali, discovering the artistry, craftsmanship, and natural beauty along with the spiritual path.
Bali, often called the Island of Gods, has a rich and layered history shaped by its unique culture, religious practices, and strategic location in Indonesia. The island's earliest settlers were Austronesian people who arrived around 2000 BCE. Influences from India and China brought Hinduism and Buddhism to Bali, which began to flourish by the 1st century CE. This blend of religions combined with indigenous beliefs shaped Bali's unique form of Hinduism, which is still practiced today. By the 9th century, Bali had established itself as a powerful kingdom with close ties to the Javanese Majapahit Empire. When the Majapahit Empire fell in the 16th century, many Javanese nobles, priests, and artists fled to Bali, further enhancing its culture. In the 19th century, Dutch colonial powers took control of Bali after a series of bloody conflicts, which led to the decline of the island's monarchy. Despite the colonial era, Balinese traditions and acts remained resilient. Today, Bali is globally renowned for its natural beauty, vibrant arts, and spiritual atmosphere, attracting millions of visitors every year while maintaining its cultural identity.
5 captivating things about Bali. Balinese architecture. Bali is renowned for its stunning architectural style, characterized by intricate details in the harmonious designs that blend seamlessly with the natural environment. Traditional Balinese buildings often feature thatched roofs, ornate carvings, and beautiful landscaped gardens, reflecting the island's spiritual beliefs. Bali's cultural tapestry comes alive through its vibrant festivals, which celebrate the island's Hindu heritage and the community spirit. Events like Nyepi, the Day of Silence, or Galungan, showcase colorful processions, traditional dances, and elaborate offerings. These festivals provide a glimpse into the island's deep-rooted customs, allowing visitors to experience Bali. The beauty of Bali's beaches intertwines with their historical, cultural, and spiritual significance, providing a more enriched and immersive view. On each location, there is Kuta Beach, mostly surfing, fishing village. Then there's Uluwatu Beach, perched beneath the towering cliffs. It's iconic destination not just for its world-class waves, but also its spiritual significance. Balian. It refers to a traditional healing practice or ritual in various Southeast Asian cultures, particularly in Bali, Indonesia. The term often describes a form of shamanistic healing where a Balian or healer channels spiritual energy to diagnose and treat physical and spiritual ailments. Balian rituals are rooted in the ancient traditions and are believed to be guided by ancestral spirits, gods, or natural elements. The healer typically performs rituals with offering, prayers, and sometimes trances, or connect with the spiritual realm. The practice reflects Bali's deep connection between spirituality, nature, and the physical world, and it remains an integral part of the Balinese healing culture. There are different types of healers, or Balians, and they each have a certain type of traditional healing that they do. One is a ritual healer, another one is a dukang. This one is associated with just shamanistic work, prayers and rituals. Then we have a traditional medicine practitioner. It's a natural healer. He uses herbs, medicine, and natural remedies. The Balinese Hindu faith is deeply rooted in Vedic text, ancient philosophies, and alternative lifestyles, all of which support one another. It is characterized not as a dogmatic religion, but as a spiritual way of life, allowing for traditions to evolve and adapt over time. Hinduism was introduced to Bali through Indian merchants, and it became the primary faith of the Indonesian people long before the arrival of Islam. This faith has been preserved through rituals, traditions, and the arts, enriching the culture with religious concepts, myths, and celebrations that honor the dead and various deities. In Bali, temples, or pura, are sacred complexes that reflect the architectural principles of their Indian counterparts. The island boasts over 20,000 temples. We are excited to share the inspiring story of Hugh Fulton, the founder of Bali Importers, over 20 years ago. Although Hugh has sadly passed, his legacy lives on through his business. We will be speaking to his niece Hannah Showak, who has inherited the company and continues to uphold its values and vision. Let's welcome Hannah Showak, the owner of Bali Importers, to Naturalista. She'll be sharing her journey, inheriting the business and continuing the legacy of her uncle Hugh Fulton, and her passion for bringing unique artisan pieces from Bali to the world. Bali is a stunning island in Indonesia, known for its breathtaking landscapes, rich cultural heritage, and warm hospitality. The island is a melting pot of traditions, primarily influenced by Balinese Hinduism, which is evident in the numerous temples, rituals, and ceremonies held throughout the year. The people of Bali are deeply spiritual, and their customs revolve around a harmonious relationship with nature, gods, and fellow humans. This spirituality is woven into the daily life, making Bali a unique and culturally vibrant destination. Welcome to the show, Hannah. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited about having Bali here. Can you share a little bit about your uncle Hugh's, his journey to Bali, and what inspired him to start importing artisan pieces?
Yes, well, he was lucky from a young age to get to travel,
Yes.
and specifically as a child got to travel to Asia and Japan with his parents and his brother, my dad, and I think that kind of sparked his initial interest in Asian culture. And as all of his friends will tell you, from a young age, he was an entrepreneur. He grew up in New York City. He would sell as a child buttons he made and baked goods on the corners in the West Village. So, as he grew up and he started to travel more on his own, he started to explore Asia more. And he went to Thailand and Vietnam and Bali. And I think that is where he really fell in love. Not only with the beauty of Bali,
Yes.
as we all can see, but really with the people.
Yes, and it's a very spiritual land, is my understanding. It's like they do everything knowing that they will receive something in return, and that is positive energy, depending on how you look at it. Either negative energy, positive energy. These people are all positive energy, and this is how they develop
their life, their families going forward.
Karma and doing right by your neighbor and by yourself, and it really is so beautiful to see. And I think when he got to meet so many incredible people, see the work that they were doing, he just he knew that that was his next step.
That's amazing. It's amazing to find such a passion and continue to do it for how long?
Yes, over 20 years. And listen, this is 20 years ago in Bali, so it was a very different world. You know, we just traveled to Bali ourselves in April, and you know, now you can almost, you know, bicycles like an Uber. And back then it wasn't the case. He got around on his own. He found all of these artists on his own, and then even had to go through the process of shipping and importing and figuring all of that out. And it wasn't all roses in the beginning.
I bet. I bet.
And yes.
Logistically, right? And logistically nightmare to get a boat here to bring these things. So then that's where the boat was born. And every time I go to the store, I have the app that's behind your registers.
Yes.
And I'm looking at them. Where is the boat? When does it get here? It's kind of the part of being a Bali importer's customer is looking at the map and finding out when those treasures and goodies are going to be arriving.
Exactly. Like we always say, once it arrives, we put a big sign up that says, "Our ship has come in." Wow. And everybody's so excited because then you get to see all of these new beautiful things that are coming for this year.
And handmade.
Everything handmade, yes.
Oh my goodness, how amazing. When you took over the store, did you face any challenges or surprises in continuing his legacy?
Yeah, you know, without getting too emotional, it was a shock, his passing for all of us. He was a young man, and so I wasn't expecting this, and the community wasn't expecting it. Like you said, everybody came to know him so well. They know the store so well. And when this all happened, I had a different life and a different career in New York, and I tried at first to juggle both, thinking, okay, you know, you can do this. And that became very apparent pretty quickly that just wasn't, I was spreading myself too thin. And I think truly, though, you know, the final decision for me was made by the community, by our neighbors, by our incredible employee Annie, who worked with my uncle for the last, 5-10 years. And everybody just came together and kind of rallied with us and said, we want you to stay here. We want to help you do this. And it took, it truly took a village. And I think that the challenges we were able to overcome because of those people, and I'm so grateful now and fortunate that I made this big leap, and we're continuing the business and trying our best to grow it.
Well, welcome to Florida. Yeah. And we're excited you're here because we love the store. Yes. When I heard about the news, I was like, okay, we're not going to get to see him anymore, was one thing. Because he's just had this energy and, you got to get this and got to get that. I was running around the whole store. But it was about what's going to happen. This is a piece not only of history for the past 20 years in Lake Worth, because everybody knows about this store, Hugh and his endeavor and what he did.
Exactly. And, in the beginning, a lot of people were asking me that, are you going to close? Like, we know you don't live here, what can we do to help you make it work? And truthfully, it was all of those people helping us every step of the way. And I think I just knew that when you see the store, when you see the products, when you hear the stories from my uncle, that it was just too special to not continue.
Oh, thank you. I agree with you. It is too special. I love all of the pieces, the jewelry. So tell us about the items that are coming on this boat. Get us excited.
Gosh, yes. We have so many new items coming. We just made our trip to Bali, my fiance and I, in April, and incredibly, the woman who does the shipping with my uncle for the past 20 years agreed to keep working with us.
That's wonderful.
She was even kind enough to pick us up and take us around to meet all of the artists in person. They all knew what had happened, so they were so grateful and appreciative that we were going to continue the business. And then, it's been a journey on, let's start to continue buying and selling the things that we knew everybody loves.
Right, that work.
And then, starting to decide what's the new products. Like, that's part of it too, is making it fresh and exciting for everyone. So I will say one of the coolest experiences for me was getting to go to this small town village where all they do are make these bags called atta bags. It's made out of atta grass, which looks very similar to rattan, but it's a much smaller stitch. And the whole community, that's all they do is make these bags. And it comes from this grass, and they sew it really tightly, and then they bake it actually in an oven afterwards.
That is so interesting.
It is so interesting to get to see the process. So we have a whole new line of bags coming, which are really exciting.
Okay.
And then, another really exciting piece for me, we do a lot of clothing. Actually, this dress that I'm wearing today.
Lovely.
Thank you. And we do these patchwork shirts. I'm not sure if you've ever seen.
I have one. Actually, I have a blazer.
Oh my gosh, I
have
love
a
it.
patchwork blazer. Love it.
Oh, I love it. Everyone loves the patchwork clothing. We have pants and shorts. And we have also in the back of our store a whole kind of kitchen area. And I've been really wanting to find aprons, which I had a hard time finding. And we met these women who do the patchwork clothing, and it's just 2 women on sewing machines in their house.
That's amazing.
And we told them the idea, and they made us 200 aprons. So we have patchwork aprons coming for all of those who are.
How exciting is that?
All the chefs in your life.
Yes, a great gift. The holidays are coming up. So
exactly.
There you go. You know where to go and what to get. So,
exactly.
Hannah, what role do you think artisanal craftsmanship plays in today's world with all of these mass-produced products?
It's hard. I'm like everybody else. We're all on a budget, and we're all trying to get things the quickest that we can. And
convenience.
Yes, and I can understand that too. But I think the special part about Bali importers and why our customers keep coming back is that you're able to walk out with something for yourself or for somebody else that has a story behind it that is one of a kind. Even 15 of the same product, not one is the same. And that you're supporting a local community as well. And that is the legacy we want to continue on with. That's what we want people to know, that when you come into Bali Importers, 90% plus of what we carry is directly from Bali. So I think that's the special part about it, that you can't get from a big box retailer.
You can't.
Yes, and you have to make
They'll try to bring in some bags and things that could look, but doesn't have that energy. Everything is energy.
Yes.
And the energy that comes with the stuff that we get from Bali is totally different from what you could get at Macy's.
100%.
Or any other store.
Yes.
So we've learned to love this store, and we're so happy that you're here, and we're so happy that you're moving forward with keeping the store. And everyone should go and visit and take a look at all the wonderful things they have. The jewelry, especially.
Yes, these earrings as well.
Look at those. I love them. It's like a mother of pearl, right?
Almost. They're shell inlays inside each earring, which is just incredible. And I brought you a pair too.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to wear them. So we're pretty excited. In what ways, Hannah, do you support or give back to these Balinese artisans and the community?
Yeah, my uncle was very thoughtful about the artists that he worked with, and we found that out pretty quickly when we were there. You would think, okay, maybe you go and see 5 or 10 artists, and no, we had over 30 on the list.
Wow.
And it wasn't because he had to do that. He could have gotten everything from a handful of artists, but I think his goal in that was to spread around, let's not just leave it here, but let's also help support multiple communities and not just a few.
At the same time.
Yes, yes. And so as much of that creates a lot of travel when you're going, that's something we're going to continue doing as well, and finding new ones as well to bring into the fold. And we're getting the business online if you haven't visited yet.
I have not, but I can't wait to see. That's wonderful. That's one thing that was
BaliImporters.com. Yes. So that'll help us expand too, and hopefully we continue to bring on more. And the stories I hear even more from my uncle, these are the stories he wouldn't tell himself, but during the pandemic he called the shipper and he said, I'm going to send over a chunk of money, and I want you just to give it to artists who are really struggling.
Wow,
and I think
that's wonderful.
It was, and I hear that story, and I think that is what we want to continue doing, is making sure that this is our livelihood, but we know it's also theirs.
Yes.
And how can we continue to support them in every way?
That is amazing. And we hope that you continue doing what you've been doing. It's been an experience to be, at least a customer of the Bali Importers, because I just feel that not everything you buy at a store or a big box store will have the same effect as something you buy from Bali.
Yes, yes. Everything is hand carved, handmade. You can get anything from elephant heads to
Yes.
tall giraffes to
I see
dresses like this to these beautiful atta bags I was telling you about. Items for your kitchen. I mean, we have everything there.
Essential oils.
Essential oils, exactly.
Crystals,
Stones.
yes,
We do it all. So we have a lot of things to. When everyone comes in, they're like, "Wow, I don't know where to look first."
That's exactly what happens to me, and I end up going around the store about 3 times or 4, and then okay, you hold that for me. Okay, hold that for me, and she just
Exactly.
laughs.
Yes, yes. And Annie is still with us. She's our manager. She's incredible.
Well,
and
yes, she is.
if you come into the store, you'll most likely see her. So her, and we have another employee now as well that we hired who works
Good.
the weekend. So we're open 7 days a week, which everyone loves.
Yes,
and
and Lake Worth Beach is Lake Worth Beach. There's people there all the time.
Yes.
Looking for something or other. So I hope that they stop at the Bali store. Thank you for being on Naturalista. We so appreciate your visit.
Thank you so much. And I should say to you, suksuma, which is thank you in Balinese.
Oh, so let's say it again.
Suksuma.
Suksuma. That's what we're doing. Naturalista, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
For more information about Bali importers, go to baliimporters.com.